Um, okay, Greenh Hat Solutions. We are an IT consulting firm out of West End, North Carolina. And we focus on IT security, training individuals, training companies, small companies. And we focus on any consulting services that anybody may need to successfully defend and successfully protect their networks so they can conduct the business they want to conduct. Who we are, myself and Pat have a combined 40 plus years military service, combined 30 plus years in special operations. So we take our extensive knowledge of offensive and defensive operations, we try to apply that, try to translate that to the IT industry, IT services, to provide a better defense and mindset to small businesses, large businesses, government services out there with our knowledge. Like I said, our background is not only in special operations and military, but through that 40 years of service combined, Pat and I landed in some sort of IT-related industry within the military, which eventually led us to starting Greenh Hat Solutions, identifying the vulnerabilities that are out there for regular industry, and hoping to bring that experience to them as we pursue life after the military. Did I miss anything, Pat?
No.
Okay.
Good.
Here we go.
Awesome. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Awesome. Some of you guys were here last night for my little five-minute intro. So again, welcome to CarolinaCon, and it's good to see some familiar faces, or actually familiar wireless signals. William, I see that your iPhone's on. So welcome back. I see that you guys are genuinely concerned about fitness because a lot of Vivo Active, the little Bluetooth things that you left on. So guys, welcome. I'm glad you care about your health. I care about it too. So we can go exercise after this if you guys want to. So good on you for keeping your devices on, and welcome. It's good to see you guys again, especially the ones that were here last night and still didn't turn their stuff off. I do have one of my former students here. I don't know who you are, but you were connected to Ralph's Pub, so shame on you for leaving your cache full. So let's see here. The Wireless Village or the Wi-Fi Shoothouse. So what this thing's all about, the reason why we're doing this, there's, from my perspective, I've seen, whenever you see CTS or anything, there's too many notional drop-ins. So what that means exactly is, hey, you're in the network, now go from here. Or the inspiration of why I built this is when I went to DEF CON in 2012, DEF CON 22, I ran into a guy named Rick, ran the WCTF over there. And I thought I was being sneaky. I was a noob at this wireless stuff, and sure as shit, he caught me bigger than shit, and he called me out. He's like, "Hey, who are you?" And we've had a friendship ever since. So, yeah, I made a friend through getting caught. I don't know where else that works. So with Wi-Fi, what Wi-Fi is it represents the first instance of a lackadaisical attitude towards IT security. So, because when you work, all of you have jobs, I'm assuming in the IT field, that's why we're all here, right? But when you go home, you're sysadmin. You set the rules, right? I'm going to make the password, I don't know, A for Apple, or A as an apple, or P for password. I'm sure none of you guys do that. We're a little bit smarter than that. However, there is still several people out there that use terrible, terrible practices with Wi-Fi. I mean, we look at WPA2. It is one of the most widely used security protocols throughout the world. It's a good time to pay attention to Wi-Fi and wireless signals. WPA3 is coming out. By show of hands, how many of you are familiar with the crack attack that was released in the fall of last year? So, pretty big deal. Now, how concerned we need to be about that, I'll address that next door. So if you're interested in asking about things like WPA3 or the crack attack or just all the hacking stuff that we're going to be doing, by all means ask. It's going to be a fun time. I hope you guys have a good time. It looks like we had a good turnout so far for the people that are /cheaters that wanted to start early. All right, so now obviously with any IT challenge, knowing how to break into stuff will make sure you know how to secure your stuff, right? Plus, it's just fun to break into Wi-Fi. I think it's fantastic, especially when people use phone numbers or How many of you drive around, you see something that is self-identifying, like Sean's home? It's like, oh, I know where he lives. You see, just absolutely retarded practices. So we'll talk about some of this stuff next door, about some of the practices you should be implementing as IT professionals. So think beyond your job. You know, your security job kind of goes wherever you go. You guys have the knowledge, so you should be imparting that knowledge to everyone around you. So let's talk about this range. There's a lot of variety in there. There's going to be some fox and hound stuff. There's things that replicate just about every bad habit that's out there, including we talk about WEP. How many of you guys still see WEP networks? Does anyone live in an apartment or a condo or anything like that? It's like fishing with grenades, and all of a sudden you see these WEP networks out there. You're like, oh, I want that one. Free Wi-Fi. They're still out there. So where this is unique is that not only so with the WCTF at DEF CON, one thing I've noticed is that particular capture the flag is you crack the key and then the challenge is over. You move on to the next objective. With ours, it doesn't stop there. So you got to crack the key and then you got to do a little extra work. So if you got to dust off the cobwebs and you forgot how to do some SSH stuff, FTP stuff, or you want to play with Wireshark, or if you want to launch a man-in-the-middle attack, by all means, we have brought this range here for you guys to crush, and I hope you do. There is an EULA, so don't mess with my range. Don't change shit. We are retired Green Berets, and we will find you. Beyond finding you, I won't reveal anything else that we'll do. So, like I said, WEP is still out there. WPA2, again, because WPA3 is coming out, so it's a good time to pay attention. So why is WPA3 coming out? Specifically for IoT, and it also addresses the issue of shitty passwords. So all the days of handshakes and stuff like that. How many of you guys, by show of hands, use or implemented WPA2 with AC band? Any gamers out there? Use beamforming, anything like that? That's exactly my point. I saw about 2 hands out there. So WPA3 implementation is going to take a long time to proliferate throughout the world. So that means we could still crack WPA2. You know why? Because it works. And as long as it works, people are going to keep on using it. Why buy a new router when you can have one that already works, right? I go to midgetsonhorses.com and I can be like, yep, I still can go there. That site doesn't exist, by the way. I've checked. So we're going to talk about, with WPA2, we're going to address the things with bad passwords, get you guys some practice with scraping web pages because, you know, passwords are things that are related to something you are, something you have, or something you know. So, you know, there's still plenty of people, I'm sure nobody in this room does this, but we'll address those people that do, and we'll find their passwords and we will crush their networks as well. Building dictionaries from scratch. So if you guys have never played with things like Crunch, John the Ripper, Hashcat, anything like that, we'll get you some practice on that and show you guys how to leadify or mangle dictionaries, whatever the cool buzzword term is nowadays. I'm not a trendy guy, sorry. All right, so we're going to be in Salon D. That is the room directly behind you. Here's some technical details. I'll pass it out in the room next door as well. But if you want to play and you want to compete, there is a Wi-Fi access point. The SSID is called GHS Shoothouse. Okay, it's up there. Again, I'll be putting all this out again. If you're worried about anybody trying to spoof that network, I put the BSSID in the channel up there as well. I will say this, you know, there's rule number 1 when we talk about hacking. Does anybody know rule number 1? Do I have any former students here? Rule number 1. Nobody? Don't be a dick. Okay. So you're just going to log into that the wireless access point. There is a password, so I'm forcing you guys to come to Salon D and at least look at my face so I can see your face. And I'll give you guys the password so you guys can compete. So once you're in the network, then you can, there's 2 IP addresses that you guys are going to need to know. They're all, one of them is 10.10.10.137. The socket is going to be 3000. The other one's going to be 10.10.10.40, and the socket's 4000, or port 4000. They are going to look, let me see if my little stupid hyperlinks work. Yes, Windows, I thank you for the warning. Thank you, thank you. I can't open the file. Let's see if we can do it this way. This is what the scoreboard looks like. So once you go to that correct IP address and port, oh, boo. Well, you'll see it when you log in, I promise. This is bullshit. All right. Okay, okay. Let me get back to my... What else? Each one of the lanes, I've had a couple of questions so far. How does it all work? Once you guys register and once you guys see the actual web page, all the targets are laid out as far as what your objective is, whether it's cracking a key or finding something more in depth. Well, if you guys have questions, I'll be there. I'll be giving demos throughout the day. So if you've never done this before, by all means, come check it out. It's going to be a fun time. If you've never hacked Wi-Fi before, it'll be really fun. If you are coming to participate and you're using script kidding tools like Wi-Fi or Fern, I will find you, and I will heckle you. So by all means, come to learn, and it'll be a good time. What else do I have here? Let's talk about the Green Beret Foundation. So the Green Beret Foundation is it's the shirt I'm wearing. So this is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that helps Green Berets and their families. So once Uncle Sam has deemed us no longer worthy of serving amongst our fellow Green Berets, and they say, we're done with you, you're busted, kind of like they did with me. Well, I told myself I was busted and I retired. They can help out with where the government says we can't help you anymore. So I'm sure you guys have heard of plenty of nonprofit wounded warrior organizations that help out wounded warriors. The thing that sets this apart is specifically for Green Berets, and these guys have earned every bit of their service and every bit of help they need from the Green Beret Foundation. I will say, small statistic, 88% of all the donations that are given to the Green Beret Foundation go into the program. So fantastic organization. They are not one of the corrupt ones that the CEO makes millions of dollars or even hundreds of thousands. So they actually donated over $20,000 in my name so I could get a cool robot leg. I can show it to you guys later. And if you want me to kick you with it, I can too. It's awesome. Let's see, what else? Questions. What questions do you have? I don't think I took up all the time. We're at 1:15, so I was supposed to notify Dave if I was going to end early, and I said, we'll take up the whole half hour, but I would rather get on with some Wi-Fi hacking. How about you guys? Yeah? You want to get after it? All right, cool. We will be next door. I'm going to set it up right away. I will say one last thing. If there is some sort of overwhelming screams and requests to have the Wi-Fi range keep going after 2 o'clock, I'll set it up out in the hallway, okay? If they'll let me. I'm getting a yes nod over here. So thanks for your time, guys. Good morning and happy hacking. Hope you learned something and have fun. Any questions? Awesome.